Good morning, everyone. Just like I just saw you, and I was on the live last night, and we had a wonderful time. Want to say good morning. It's coffee time now, and just a little chat, okay? Coffee time. Sit down, get your coffee, and let's just chat, okay? So I'm going to introduce myself um, to some and say good morning to my blessings and to others. Okay? I'm Joanna, and I call my station, my channel, My Space in Your Place. My website is My Space in Your Places with an S.com. Okay? You can find out information, email address, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm a woman of many hats. On my channel, I tell stories. I write stories. People DM me, they tell me stories. I fix them up for your entertainment, and then I tell you the story. No information is shared, personal information about the person. I just tell you a story. It's called my story box. I put everything in my story box. And then if there is a personal story, if it's my personal experience, I'll say, this is my personal story. I would address it as that. And also on this channel, I do kitchen, Joanna's kitchen. So you can even see me in the kitchen. I'll give cooking tips, even kitchen tips, cleaning tips, for people in the kitchen. And I have a small kitchen, and they call it that little kitchen. And they want, how do you maneuver in such a little kitchen? Well, honey, you will learn. You would, at my age, in April the 27th, I have a birthday, and you learn how to make do. And being women, honey, you can do it, okay? But anyway, yes, I invite you into my little kitchen, and I said I would never do that. And then here you are, I do it. So never say what you're not going to do, because you may just do it. You might do it. Go get your coffee. Go get your coffee. I won't hold you on here long, because I think I told you on that live about the main thing that you got out of it last night was love yourself. I need for you to love yourself, honey, because if you love yourself, we wouldn't have all these own network programs, Marry Me Now, Put a Ring on the Thing, and all this stuff, because when you loving yourself, honey, I don't have time to run around and beg nobody to marry you, or you drop down on your knees and be a statistic that somebody walked out on you, another statistic. And they're dogging things. In this world, it's not like it used to be. Men used to respect women of all races. I can't just say the black men. I look at television. You can't just say the black men. I was hard on them last night because of the shows that are coming up are like geared toward African American women. So that's why I went hard there. But honey, it's all over. And honey, and a bullet, don't care who name on it, if it's a fool behind the gun. Okay? So anyway, yeah, you guys, I just want to make sure that you tune into my channels, go through and look at, because I have messages on my channel. We kiki and ha-ha. You might see a laughing and care, but there are messages on my channel. Okay? I love people. And I love Jesus. So I don't keep it. I'm not a selfish person. And I don't keep it all the love for myself. I try to spread the love everywhere I can spread it. I don't set out to hurt people or set back to scheme on people like that. Never have and never will. It is a start doing such a thing. But there are people that will grin in your face and plot a way to make you cry or bring you to your knees. I don't know why, honey. It just happened. So you have a purpose that you were here, and if you put God first, you'll find out what that purpose is. You know, that's number one. But you know what? After I got off camera last night, I wanted to tell you this about, okay, we was talking about putting God first and loving yourself, and that way you won't fall prey to these new things that are coming out, these new fads, running behind. Let me tell you, you know, and I know, if a man, if you're a wife or you're a good woman, that anybody would be, it would be a prize to have you. You know that yourself, and you know if you're not. But anyway, when you know that you know you are, and you know your self-worth, honey, the king may not come in your color. You know, so don't hang around for the king like sitting up on a big African throne that he got to be black. That's what I was telling you. He might come in a different race of yours. Your king may not be your same race. What I'm saying. Because your king will be your protector, your one that love you, put you up on the pedestal. That like that. You would not run behind and beg a king, and he would not tell you to decrease, and when you marry him, you have to decrease. No, he ought to increase you. Dad didn't come on there this morning for that. You know me, I go to the left or to the right, because I love you, and I just want you to love yourselves. That's the main thing I want you to do. Love yourselves, okay? Now look, I want to say this to say this. A little story. There was okay, we're just talking about people being needy or needing really lonely and all of that. Now, you can't blame a woman for being lonely and stuff. And we'll have to work on that. If you know somebody really lonely, tell them to come to my channel. Follow Joanna. I guarantee you the loneliness will dwindle away. We can pray together. They can go and DM me, honey. DM me. And then we could talk. If they're a golden girl, I don't care. I have young people DMing me in their 20s. So I won't do like golden girl, just anybody. Yeah, there are men that DM me, ask me questions. So it does not matter. Like I say, I'm not sexist, ageist, or colorist, or none of that. I'm just a people person, human beings, what God created. I don't ask you if you this, that, or the other, long as you breathing. You know what I'm saying? Because I done asked God to build a fence all around me. You know, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I lean and depend on that promise from God. So I'm not worrying about nothing like that. But let me tell you, let me get on to this little quick story about how loneliness can have you going down the wrong road. And there was a story, okay? There's a lady. I don't call names, that told me she fell in love with a billionaire because she was lonely. She actually, I mean, she woke up in the morning, she slept, breathed, and dreamed of this man that she talked to now. She talked to him on the phone. She thinking she was talking to him. I did a video on scammers. I even have a little section called scamming or scammers or warning. So subscribe to my channel. Okay, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. That's your first step to my channel. Okay? And then you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. Yes, I do one on scamming and scammers. Now, this is about a story about a lady that fell in love with her scammer. But she thought that man was the man. He was a billionaire and a well-known billionaire. Okay, here you go. This man, the scammer, took weeks to lure this woman in. Every day, he'll just call to say hi or hello, like that. He wouldn't talk to her like verbally or nothing like that. Just typing, texting, and then he said hello. So that went on for about 3 weeks with just every morning just saying little things. And it was this man. And then so she said, are you really? And then she called the man's name. And he said, sure, if you want to know about me, go Google me up, and it will tell you everything I tell you is true. But I cannot talk like this. Say, I am so tired. I want just a regular woman. All right, here you go. So she said she kind of could understand what he was saying, you know. And so he said, let's meet me over, and gave her another platform, a room to go to. And she went running over there in WhatsApp. That's where she went. And she was doing the same thing as she was doing over there. Wasn't any difference. Same thing. I hope you got your coffee. So, lo and behold, they going. Man, this man made her feel like she was the best thing since sliced bread. He had been following her, I guess, when her daughter gave her a birthday party, and her 60th birthday party, and all this kind of stuff. So he knew all this stuff. He knew he knew that her husband was dead. He knew all this. He had been following this woman. Yes. So if they know that you got a little money, you yourself might have some money, they come in as a billionaire. They're going to come up more than you. Okay, so she said this man, first he just was just sweet. Sweet. And then she went over to WhatsApp. And this is what he told her. The reason why I want you over here, because of who I am. You know who I am by now. You didn't research me. Say, I'm worth billions. Billions. More than you could ever imagine money. Way more than you could have in a lifetime. He just telling her, just lure her in. And he said, like, all I want is to talk, and I want me a real woman like you. Now, this woman's 60 years old, and this man is a billionaire, multi-billionaire. And he said that he wants someone he can talk to. So every day, he say, and then he can FaceTime like the regular woman, not just some movie star woman that every time he go out with her, it's lights and cameras and action. He said he could go and just go in the bathroom and then call her up and stuff like this. So that really, it was making sense. So months passed by. I'm going on with it. Months passed on. So by that, he's done gained the trust in this woman. So she say he had owned so many companies. So he told her, say, you don't have as much, no way much money as I have. Say, but what I got to do, I got to get you rich. I got to make you, at least wealthy enough to fit in my circle without drawing attention. So she said, well, now I thought he said he wanted me to. Well, no, she didn't think about that. She was just going, because he had her mind. And by this time, she really texting all the time. Something that got to like 2 or 3 times a day. She would just fall over herself, running to the phone or to the computer, wherever he pop up at. He pop up every time. And then just the texting, no voice, no nothing. Honey, well, I think she said he'd send her a picture or something but it was not the man. So after a while, here it go. He asked her, say, I own this company. He called out the company. And he said, I want you to, I want to send you such and such and something to do with some gold. He say, and some crypto. He say, I want different types of money things that I want to get you involved in so that I can, like, do a quick wealth building and to add on to what you already have. And then he said, you do have a banking account. Do you have a phone? Then he started asking like all these personal questions. He know about all these financial questions. So he was asking, do you have 401k? Do you have blah, 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 blah? Asking her about different bank accounts. He even asked about portfolios, all of that. Everything people need to know. So after a while, this is what he did. This months then passed by, and so her children had started getting, like wondering, say, she's not moaning like she was in the beginning. What's wrong? She's getting happy. Well, that's why. He had started talking about kissing and all that stuff. He would start getting flirtatious, and it was just like she had a boyfriend, a man. It was just like she had a man. And then she said that they watch, this what he said, that they watch every dime, they trail every penny he spend because of his wealth. And so he wanted her to go to the bank. He said, this is what I want you to go to the bank, and I want you to purchase something like, I think he said some gold or something like that. Go to something. She said she didn't want to invest in that. And he said, well, I'll tell you what. You send me your bank information and find out what is the highest amount of money I can deposit in your account. So what happened was he sent her, I think, $26,000. Yeah, he sent her $26,000 and told her to deposit it. But then she had to go and pick it up, I think, somewhere like a Western Union or something like that. And then she say he sent her now $26,000 and say, you get this and go buy some Bitcoins, invest and blah, 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 blah. All right. So then she was, it had to be a check because she said he stopped it. Because when she went to the bank, okay, when it went, she took the check. The people said there's a hold on the check. So she had to take a check or something to the bank for them to put a hold on it. They put a hold on the check. And by this time, that was what he wanted to do happen. And then he come up with this big old story that he needed some money from here and money from there. She starts sending the money. And then at the last minute, he wanted to, she called her bank and had a list of stuff that he wanted her to do. And she called the bank and told them. And the next thing you know, there was the FBI people at her door. Yeah, this man had been somebody that they was looking for, and he preyed on wealthy women, women that had lost men that husbands had passed, and they had money. This was a really crook. And said, let me see. He gave her that check that wasn't no good, and let me see. Yeah. So if it wasn't for the bank alerting it wasn't looking good, it all because of loneliness. All because of loneliness, honey. So let me tell you, put God first. That's who I believe in, you know. And I used to be lonely. So I can't, you know, but I found something to do. I really did. That might sound quirky, but I found something to do, even to YouTube. And I'm quite sure if you just get out and walk, go and know you can volunteer at animal shelters if you like animals. You go take pictures, go on a trip. If you're not a people person, like I say, find your place to make you happy. Now I'm so happy too. My people and friends, you know, they don't hardly see me or talk to me. When I used to be crying on their shoulders almost every day, I'm just like, you know, if I'm not before the camera talking to you and making videos, I'm like on vacation, I'm resting. So what I want to say is love yourself. Love yourself. Don't ever feel like you got to drop down on your knees and beg somebody to marry you. And you go buy a ring and you buy all these sorts of things for a person. And then next thing you know that, you know, you buying all these things for a person and you get to the place where you're supposed to get down on your knees and ask him to marry you, I guess, and he say no. So again, you shamed in public, women. Let's not let another year go by being naive. Know your worth. Women, we are worthy. Now, back in the day, they burned bras. I wasn't in that era. That was before my time. But let me tell you this here. You need to go back. And you need to find out your worth, honey. You don't have to become a boss woman by marrying a basketball player and then being beat up and everything like that. That woman showed up on Oprah Winfrey, where the white woman married this black man and he almost beat her to death. And even had the son joining in watching. He was scared. Like that. You gonna sell out for money. You see Kim Kardashian got out, don't you? That's what I'm talking about. So anybody, you know, evil don't have color. And if you make a mistake, oh well, everybody make mistakes. And you don't blame no sister. I don't care what color the sister is, the mother. Uh, uh, for trying to do or find somebody wealthy or somebody with money or want somebody to, you know, give them the finer things of life. You can't blame nobody for that. You just go get yours or you do you. You do you, boo, like that. And no one run around and wait on somebody. Anyway, this is Joanna coming from my space to your place on a Saturday, and we're going to do Love and Marriage Transfer today. We're going to have an open mic today, and we're going to see all of the videos. I was thinking about it. I'm just going to open up. So you just be looking at when I open up the chat because I don't want you in my house that long. So anyway, this is Joanna, and don't forget to leave nice, clean comments. I love to hear what you have to say, good, bad, and ugly, but just tone it down because of YouTube. You know, they have their rules too, and I also have my rules. Races, ages, and what else? Sexes. Don't, you know, down people. Don't mess with my blessings. That's what I call every subscriber a blessing. Okay, you guys, I'm going to say have a nice day. And if you join us, I see you this evening. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Bye-bye.